Hello, this is Michelle. No Worries RVing. Today is day 2 of our trip to the Northeast United States. Today, Jim, Jonathan, and myself visit Philadelphia.
They scraped the walls here in 1980 to kind of do a restoration.
They never got funding.
They never got funding, so they stopped, but they left it as it was.
This is Poe's room. It says he kept irregular hours writing whenever an iron idea inspired him. That small room next door, they believe it was actually added later for a pendant, but during post time, it was a sitting area. We're not supposed to go up the third stairs. He wrote the Black Cat while he lived in this house. So I never read the Black Cat.
So we're not, I'll have to look it up for
There's a cellar in Poe's house.
very creepy.
Very creepy.
It has something to do with the Black Cat.
We don't know, maybe.
No, it's a picture of it right out here. I don't know about you, but Jim, myself, and our sons were all required to read Edgar Allan Poe literature in high school. Of course, the famous poem, The Raven.
Downtown Philly. Independence Hall there.
We have a one window, 2, 3.
Stuff going on. Constitution Center. We're right in front of the Visitors Center. This is the entrance to go see the Liberty Bell. There's quite a line, and we've seen it already, so we're not going to go see it again.
There are 2 windows on the side of the Liberty Bell structure that you can look in and view the Liberty Bell without standing in the long line. We opted for this option since we had been to the Liberty Bell multiple times in the past.
Independence Hall in Philadelphia.
Likewise, man. That's a good question. I want to hear him play.
It's Memorial Day weekend, so it's kind of busy. Bunch of redcoats here too.
See that traffic light?
Society Hill was built in the 18th century and later, and it has Georgian, Federal, and Greek architecture.
Old St. Paul's Church. Episcopal. We're at the First Presbyterian Church Cemetery. Thomas Proctor is buried right there. You can see his Masonic sign. They have flags up this Memorial Weekend, and notice the old 13 Stars flag. It's kind of neat.
John Palmer. Bomb is something. Can you read what it says? Bomb.
John Bankson Palmer. I don't know who he is.
No, right below it, it says what he did. Something Philadelphia.
City Militia.
There's a bunch of them from the Revolutionary War. Okay.
Walkway is lined. These old gravestones.
This is the first time visiting an old church cemetery, and it was very interesting.
This cemetery's most famous resident, I guess if you call it, is General Thomas Proctor. General Proctor served as an artillery officer under Henry Knox for most of the Revolutionary War, it seems, and was a close confidant of George Washington. And looking at his gravestone here, it looks like he fought at the Battle of Princeton, Trenton, Brandywine, Germantown, Monmouth, and among others. Looks like later he served under General Sullivan and Anthony Wayne in the Indian Wars. And the last action he saw was at Washington during the Whiskey Rebellion. The monument was paid for by the Freemasons. It looks like he was a Freemason and a founding member of the Society of the Cincinnati. Wrought iron work on the building.
Extremely convenient. A unique doorknob on Society Hill. Asked me to pronounce his name, but he was a Polish military engineer who designed the fortifications at Saratoga and West Point in New York.
Here's a historical marker for the old St. Mary's Roman Catholic Church. And here's another plaque which lists some of the notable people that are buried here at this church. The old Catholic cemetery in Philadelphia. It's kind of neat seeing these old headstones.
leaving Philadelphia and on our way to Morristown, New Jersey.
It's always nice when they have like a goat or something out there eating the grass. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't have all this fence up. Like the one place we went to had that horse.
The Wicks were well-to-do farmers. They farmed 1,400 acres, which for the time was a very large farm. General Washington's army used Morristown as a winter encampment for 3 years. Looks like from 1779, 1780, and 1781. A large number of soldiers made their homes here at the Wick Farm during this period. During the first year, they cut down 600 acres of trees to build cabins for the first year alone. General St. Clair used the Wick Farm for his headquarters. From reading the storyboards around here, it seems that the Wick Farm fed the troops pretty well. The Wicks were obviously revolutionaries and not loyalists. Their house was unusual for the time because it was made of wood, which was not common for this area. Everyone else seemed to use stone. This was their smokehouse that they used. We thought it was an outhouse at first, but it's a smokehouse they used for smoking meat. And that there is a travois they probably used for cooking the meat.
Oh, there. Bee palm. Catnip. Chives. Tree onion, which I never heard of. Sage. And it says parsley. But those don't look like parsley to me.
A wound herb.
Yeah, it says wound herb.
Inflammation, burns, warts, and salads.
So they had a mixture of everything planted here.
The soldier huts at Morristown. Parade grounds here in Morristown. Anybody's been in the military knows the parade ground's just a big empty field.
Fort Nonsense, it says in our brochure here that May of 1777, Washington troops fortified the strategic crest with earthworks and trenches. It seemed like it was close to almost 2 miles from that Wicks Farm where St. Clair was actually stationed. And then if you go on down the road even farther is where Washington's headquarters is. This is all part of the, what's it called,
Morristown?
Morristown National Park. So this is the crest of the hill where they did the entrenchment and all the earthworks. Which if you look down in the city, right there's Morristown. And his headquarters are down there. Well, we're back from our trip to Philadelphia, and we had a really good time. So hopefully you enjoy this video.
Please subscribe, and thanks for the comments.
And keep those comments coming. We really enjoy hearing from you. And give us a thumbs up. Yeah, come on, Jim. Give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And tomorrow we'll be going to do New Jersey.
Right,
So
New Jersey.
that'll be a full day in New Jersey, doing some other interesting sights. So thank you again for watching, and hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button.
Thanks again.
Thanks again. Thank you.